Hi there. A while ago I was sent some products by Maybelline and I didn't make a video about it, and I've been meaning to, and I'm going to do it now. It was Fit Me foundation, and they sent me 210, which is actually quite yellowy. It's a little bit too, it's not the colour I would have chosen, it's a little bit darker, but actually it's fine and I really love it, and it's now my go-to foundation every day. So I wanted to tell you about it. And they also sent me this concealer that goes with it. They all go in they go in fair, medium or dark to make it easier to pick your colour concealer, and then powder. So this is the powder. As you can tell, I've nearly used it all up now. Love it. Anyway, I'm going to tell you my honest opinion about these products. I'm not paid by the company, so I can basically give you my honest opinion. Now, it's their first gel foundation. Gel based, so it's really very liquid and it's really easy to blend into your skin. I do use a sponge to apply it. I believe you could use your fingers if you wanted to, or a foundation brush. That would be fine. I prefer to use a sponge. Now, the look of it, they say it's quite natural, and I think it's got quite a lot of cover actually. But the way it looks natural is the fact that it's got a kind of a translucent glow to it, and it does make your skin look very even, very smooth, almost velvety. The Dream Satin Liquid makes it more velvety, and both of the Dream Matte Mousse has more cover, I think. But it has when you're getting a bit older and you have lines and things, you don't want something thick, because the thick ones that I used to wear, because I've got an oily skin, I used to stay away from glowy thin ones. I used to really like the thicker stay on ones, so that I didn't have to worry about it during the day. When you get older, they tend to like crack, and they show up lines worse. This one is great if you're young and you've got great skin, so that, you know, it'll just emphasize your great skin. Or if you're older and you need a softer look, it's good for all skin types. If you have very oily skin, I would recommend that you use a primer with it. Now, I've had this on since about 5 o'clock this morning AM, and it's now 22:07, I think. I don't have numbers on my watch, so I'm guessing there, but it's there on my computer. Yeah, 20:07. So that's a long time, and I've been to the gym and it's still on. It's a little bit shiny, but it's still on. So yeah, it is quite good for staying on. You will need concealer if you have moles and spots and things. I do put concealer on as well. Now, this concealer they gave me is more of an under eye concealer, and the colour blends really well with that colour, because that's how they've designed it. It's got like a sponge applicator, and you would do dots and then sort of pat it very gently and rub your eye. You could use it around your nose if you needed to, you know, anywhere, any spots, blemishes. But I don't use it every day. I'm using the Dream Matte Mousse concealer. You can't get it in my shop anymore because I work in Boots, but I get it on the internet from America, I believe it is, because I love that concealer better. But this is nice. The only thing is, it's luminous, which is great, and it's blendable, which is great, but it just, during the day for me, it moves, it goes. The whole range is kind of like it's kind of like a mineral. It reminds me very much. I bet it has minerals in it. I bet they just didn't want to say minerals because minerals was fashionable a while ago and it isn't fashionable anymore. But that's what it reminds me of, with that sort of look and feel. So yeah, I would take this. I do use it in the way that I take it out with me, and I'll use it for touch-ups, but I will not use it as my general under eye concealer, because I have trouble, even with powder, it doesn't stay on as well as that other one, the Dream Matte Mousse one. Now the powder is great because it's so fine that when you're putting it on, it doesn't go everywhere and you can barely see it. It's like magic. And you don't need to, generally, you don't need to put it on again during the day, but you can if you want, because it comes in a compact with a mirror. The mirror's hidden, the mirror's underneath, with a sponge. Well, it's a puff. No, I think it comes with a sponge, but I've put a puff in. I'm not sure. No, this says Maybelline. Okay, it comes with a puff, which you could use, but generally during the day, in the morning, I would use a brush. I do like to put powder on with a brush. If you want more cover, you can use your puff and cake it on a bit more, but yeah, and I do find with that you don't need a lot, and then you don't need a lot of bronzer and stuff, just a little bit of blush, and you're good to go. So yeah, I would recommend that to most people, really, as a daily foundation. I've yet to try it at night. I think for night I would prefer something a little heavier, or something that would maybe definitely, you know, one of those stay put types, like the Revlon Color Stay or something like that. But in general, I'm very happy with it, and I would buy it again. I would recommend it to a friend. It's just, yeah, a great everyday foundation. It'd be great for holidays if you didn't want to go naked on your face. If you, like, I have loads of moles and I have spot scars, and it just covers them up, but it still kind of looks fresh, kind of like skin. You can't really tell in this light, but it does kind of look like skin, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm gonna go now, but I hope that helped you decide whether you wanted to try the Fit Me by Maybelline. The shade that I have is 210, the concealer is 20, and then the powder is 220. But they have all different colours, from very, very pale to black skin. So, hope that's helped. Bye.